Well, howdy there and welcome into this video. So first off, I'm recording this at 11:34 p.m. on a Sunday night. And so anybody that's watching this on Memorial Day, which is going to be every single person unless you watch it past Memorial Day, happy Memorial Day. I got something scary to kind of share with you guys here, okay? In regards to financial markets, we're talking stocks, we're talking cryptos, we're talking something that's going on, something I'm already seeing out there, and I see this getting worse before it gets better. And I want to explain exactly what's going on here, what's transpiring, how I think this is going to play out, how to avoid getting yourself into a bad position in this whole scenario, because it can get very ugly very fast, okay? And so this is such a big subject. I mean, it's one of those where I'm like, where do I even start with this, okay? I actually want to start back in 2008, 2009, okay? And no, I'm not going to talk about the Great Recession necessarily, although it kind of relates to this situation, okay? We're talking, this is probably 2009, okay? I'm working at Walgreens at this time, all right? Working at Walgreens making, I don't know, maybe $8.75 an hour in the photo department, okay? And they have another person also incoming to the photo area, and there was already a limited amount of hours to go around, okay? And, this other guy, he starts getting a bunch of hours. And those hours are taken away from my hours, right? Which I don't like because I wanted I think I was working, 25 hours a week back then or something like that, 25 hours a week. And I want my hours. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm working like 8 hours, 16 hours a week. And I'm like, hey, man, this is like cutting into my money, right? This is like a scarcity. All of a sudden, I start feeling scarcity, right? And I start getting, upset, right? And there starts to be some kind of confrontation. I'm like, between me and this guy because he's kind of taking my hours, right? And so next thing you know, I'm talking some stuff. He's talking some stuff about me. And all of a sudden we got this kind of situation kind of just like boiling over, right? Because I'm just really, really frustrated. I need my hours. I want my money, right? And, he wants his hours. He wants his money. The next thing you know, this is getting so serious that we almost end up in a fist fight in the parking lot because the situation had boiled over so far, right? All over a scarcity of money. Right? This was literally why this situation got so out of hand was because I was feeling a certain kind of way about him, and potentially he was feeling a certain kind of way about me. Like if that guy wasn't there, I would be getting even more hours. And I was like, if this guy wasn't here, I'd be getting more hours, right? And imagine that, man. That guy used to carry a gun in his car. I don't know what could have happened. I could have been shot, man. I might not even be here today, right? That's just like crazy to think about, right? All over a scarcity of money, right? And there's a great, kind of saying, I don't know if it's true, but they say if you, put a bunch of crabs in like a barrel and one of the crabs tries to get out, all the other crabs pull it down, right? I have no clue if that's true. I've never tested that, okay? Living out in, Arizona most of my life, right? And living out here in Vegas nowadays, I'm not around too many crabs, so I don't know if that's true, right? But it kind of goes to that whole saying around if you see somebody kind of doing better and they're rising, pull them down, like bring them back in the barrel, right? And, back when I first started on YouTube, back in 2016, 2017, if there was anybody on the come up, I didn't really mess with them. I didn't like to talk to them. I felt like, oh man, maybe they're taking views from me or something like that, right? Really naive mentality I had back then. And then I started to kind of understand 2018 and kind of moving forward. That's not how this works. Everybody can succeed. There's plenty out there for everybody to thrive and things like that. And I changed my thoughts, a lot over the past several years. Let's put it that way. The Jeremy you see today is not the same Jeremy as 2016, 2017. I can promise you that. When we're talking scarcity and we're talking stocks and cryptos, there's been something that's been a massive switch here, okay? And if we go back to 2020, markets crash, right? Stocks, cryptos go down huge. You get a massive sloshing of money out there from the government, right? And then all of a sudden, it's not the end of the world. Next thing you know, cryptos are coming back like crazy, right? Stocks are coming back like crazy, all the way until the beginning of pretty much 2021, right? And stocks kind of peaked out first, and then next thing you know, a lot of the high-flying stocks start to fall, right? And if you look at cryptos very recently, over the past month, you pull up a 1-month chart of cryptos, just about everything is down substantially from its highs, okay? Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin obviously is the one everybody talks about, right? Look at how far that is off its high. It's dramatic, right? From a high of 60,000 plus to, I looked right before I started this video and it's under 35,000 now. And that's in literally like 30-day span, like some insane amount, right? It just happens at a snap of fingers. And so now all of a sudden you're in a weird time period where all of a sudden there's no more stimulus money kind of being pumped out there, right? It's like, oh, the stimulus checks and all those things, that's like long gone now. It seems like it was 100 years ago and it wasn't that long ago, right? And you have potentially interest rates could start going up. We've already seen mortgage rates start to rise, right? You have kind of this feeling of the sloshing of money out there. There's money coming back, and all of a sudden it's not there. And next thing you know, folks start to turn on other folks, right? And next thing you know, scarcity mentality starts to breed in, right? And folks start looking at whoever's doing good, stocks that are doing good, cryptos that are doing good, whatever, with an immense amount of jealousy and frustration, right? And it starts to boil over, and I'm already starting to see it. And next thing you know, everybody is starting to turn on everybody else. And it's already starting to get ugly. And I'm already seeing it in, I've seen it kind of in the stock community. I'm starting to really see it in the crypto community start to play out in a major, major way. When it seemed like everybody was together in this. And now all of a sudden, there's folks fracturing off from this and that because jealousy is starting to kind of come in, right? And when a market starts to go like this, everybody starts doing worse. When folks start doing worse and their wealth is going like this instead of like this, it's very easy to start attacking the person over here that's making money, the crypto over here that's making money, things like that, right? I've seen in the stock market time and time again where somebody will look at a stock and they will get very jaded about its valuation. Tesla's a phenomenal example of this, okay? Tesla's probably the best example in the stock market. When it comes to a stock, I just watched, and it was such a stock where folks got so jaded about it, right? They got so jealous of Tesla stock going up. And some folks made tremendous amount of money. Obviously, you know, I'm fortunate to be one of those people, and there's a lot of folks probably watching this video right now that made a tremendous amount of money from Tesla as it ran up in 2019 and 2020, right? But not everybody was in that boat, right? Some folks said, well, Ford should be valued at this, and General Motors should be valued at this, and this is a bunch of crap, and Tesla's a big bubble, and all these sorts of things, and this constant negativity, right? Which can then even start to lead you down the route of, oh, let's start shorting the stock, let's start buying put options, and, you know, sometimes that can work out well, and most of the time it doesn't work out well, right? Most of the time that is a losing proposition. You're probably going to lose a lot of money, okay? And you start to get in this negative mindset, just and I'm seeing it start to play out in a massive, massive way. And I'm seeing it the worst in kind of the crypto community. I think it kind of started when crypto started to peak and you had the Dogecoin move, right? Which I saw, you know, Dogecoin got so much attention, but what you didn't see was the underbelly of the crypto community and how many folks truly hated the fact that Dogecoin was getting all that attention and everybody was talking about Dogecoin when they felt their crypto was the one that really deserved that spotlight. And to see Dogecoin, what a lot of folks in the crypto community felt like was a joke, get all that attention. And Elon Musk talking about it and that Saturday Night Live stuff, right? And you can't miss Dogecoin. It's everywhere. Dogecoin. And what you totally missed was a lot of folks in the underlying crypto community that love cryptos hated the fact that Dogecoin was getting all that attention, while maybe their crypto that they felt was actually the real one or the one that's supposed to be really successful isn't getting any attention. And dare I even say, going down, right? And so it starts to lead to a lot of folks to start to be very negative on that. And, oh, you're in this thing. What you need to actually be is in this thing over here. I've seen it with stocks I've been in. You know, people say, oh, why are you in this stock? Where you really need to be over is in this stock, man. This one's more undervalued. And kind of even coming from a standpoint of starting to hate on this other stock. But all the time, it's always when that asset, whether it's a crypto stock or whatever, is doing bad. You don't usually get that sort of activity where someone will come out real negative on whatever you own unless they're really starting to feel bad about their stock and things like that, okay? And even in this past week, I almost fell into this, okay? I was on the message board on Yahoo Finance one night, and I was just trying to see like activity around AMC, right? Obviously, AMC stock was crazy last week, and I know there was a post, somebody saying that AMC is going to, between $2,500 and $25,000 a share, and this was getting tons of thumbs up and things like that. And I thought making a whole dedicated video, just kind of coming out and talking about how I felt like that was so ridiculous and whatnot. And I really just kind of stepped back before I did that, and I said, what for? Like what for? Like if they want to believe that, it's their own decision to believe that. What good does it do by me coming out and crapping on that and saying it's so stupid, you believe it's going to 25,000 and things like that? Like, what good does that do? At the end of the day, I just am going to start sounding like I'm just hating on this situation, and folks that are investing in that are just going to look at me as, oh, you're just hating on this, you're trying to bring us down and things like that, right? Like, what good does that accomplish? Like, if somebody wants to believe it's going to 25,000, whatever, that's their own decision, it's their own money at the end of the day. That's that, okay? I have nothing positive to say about that situation when it comes to that sort of price target, right? I said my piece about that when I said my piece about it, when I felt like it was a great deal, when it was $5 a share, right? And it ran up, and that's cool. And that is what it is, right? I have nothing nice to say about it when it comes to, if we're talking that stock in the thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. So why should I go make a dedicated video about that, right? Otherwise, I start to seem like I'm just another one of those folks that's, I'm trying to bring this thing down. I'm trying to hate on it, and it's not a productive way to be. The focus should be, if you're in any sort of asset class, okay, where the focus should be is actually on focusing on what you're buying, what you're doing in the market. If some sort of other asset is booming and you don't believe in it, it is what it is. Leave it alone. It's not worth your time trying to argue with people on message boards and hating on it and doing negative posts and all these things on it. It's not worth your time to be doing that sort of activity when you could rather be spending that time focusing on researching something or something you actually believe in, right? Let's say I don't believe in, the next big crypto is, and it's valued at, let's say, $50 billion, for instance, right? And I look at some company and I'm like, why is this company valued at $1 billion and that stupid crypto over there that no one even uses is valued at $50 billion? Like, at the end of the day, like, what good is that going to do me? It's not going to do it. All it's going to do is get me into a mindset where I'm complaining and where I'm getting into scarcity mentality. If that thing's valued at $50 billion, whatever. It is what it is. Maybe it's the next big thing. I don't know. But it's going to do me no good to go out there and hate on it and try to just, they need to be actually invested in this stock over here or something like that. Like, it is what it is, man. And what I'm already seeing out there in the investment community or trading community or whatever it is I'm starting to see this scarcity cycle come in, this crab cycle come in of folks wanting to come on down. And here's what I think is going to happen, okay? If it gets worse, it will get worse. And when I say if it gets worse, what I mean is if the market was to get worse, if the stock market was to get worse, if the crypto market was to get worse, if the financial market in general was to get worse, it will get worse. Meaning, essentially, the crab-like activity, the scarcity mentality, it will get far worse, okay, if that was to weaken. If the next thing you know, the crypto market in general, market cap-wise, drops another 25%, I can tell you, I promise you, it will get ugly, and the attacks will get much worse on this community versus this community and this community versus that community, okay? Because then all of a sudden somebody says something really negative over here, and then they're back at it over here. And then if this person says something negative about something else, they're going to attack back, right? Because now, they feel attacked because you came and attacked their community, so they're going to attack back, right? It's like War 101 at the end of the day, right? And so the next thing you know, you just have this negative cycle breeding, man. And it really does you no good. It really does you no good, right? I mean, we think about all the times Jim Chanos, right? Jim Chanos, if you don't know Jim Chanos, famous short seller who made a lot of money a long, long time ago, okay? And guy used to come out and speak negatively all the time about Tesla. This is back in 2017, 2018, 2019. The clips are all over the internet, right? He used to come out always speaking so negative about Tesla. For what? You know what I mean? For what? He thought it was an overvalued, auto manufacturer or whatever. And he used to come out and just spend so much time and his money shorting that stock, trying to short it to oblivion. For what? I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, he probably lost a massive amount of money, right? And just like, could his attention and time not have been spent much more on like, what's the next great long stock when there's all these opportunities out there? Why go for that crab-like activity? Like if folks wanted to pay $30 billion for Tesla, the company, as far as its market cap goes, they can do that, right? And nowadays it's, I don't know, 500, 600 billion. Like if somebody wants to pay 500, 600 billion, that's their own decision. It's not for you to come in and try to be a crab and try to pull it down. That's what I'm seeing going on in the market already. And the scary thing is, things haven't even fallen that much. Ethereum is up, I don't know, probably 1,000+% since, this time last year, right? Bitcoin's probably up 1,000% plus since May of last year, right? Or certainly up 500% plus. I wouldn't be surprised if it was up 1,000% plus, right? A lot of stocks are up, really good. But, what if these markets really got hammered? What if Bitcoin's trading at 20,000 tomorrow? What if, the stock market drops 10, 15%? These are all possibilities. I'm not predicting that, but it's a possibility. Like, what type of crab-like activity do you think you're going to see in that sort of market? What I will preach to you guys is don't even go there. Don't worry about it, man. Focus on your game. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on where you're going. I used to run track back in the day, man, and it does me no good as a track athlete to care anything about what my competitors are doing. I don't care how they're running their race. All that matters is I need to worry about what I'm doing in my lane to get to that finish line as fast as possible. Whether that person's running super fast or that person's running super slow, it's completely irrelevant in the race. All that matters is what I'm doing and what time I'm trying to put up. And whatever other folks want to do out there is what they want to do. Stay focused on what you got to do and the work you're trying to put in, guys. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to kind of, drop some gems out there and just give you guys some value. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to smash, as always. Much love, and have a great day.